Guys, how you all going? I hope you're well. Today's video is going to be about shampooing dreads. I'd just like to start by saying that this video is completely based on my opinion and my own experiences. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions and their own experiences. So this is just, my opinion based on what I have done with my locks throughout my dreadlock journey. So, initially, I started off by using the shampoo that I had used before I dreaded my hair, as I had read that it's good to stick with what your scalp is already used to, as it's going to be going under a bit of trauma when you do get your dreadlocks from all the pulling and stuff like that. So I'd researched residue-free dandruff shampoos, and I'd found a Neutrogena tea gel shampoo, which I used for quite a while. My partner and I both have dreadlocks. We both liked that. I then found out that Neutrogena tested on animals, so I didn't want that in my house anymore. I wouldn't say for people to necessarily go for dreadlock shampoos, as they can be costly. You can also make yourself some awesome shampoos. The only issue is my partner and I have fairly problem scalps, so we just have to be a little bit more picky when we're looking for our shampoos. I have gone for dreadlock shampoos, as they tend to be animal cruelty free and work well for our scalps, so that's the main motivation there. So for a little while, firstly I looked up heaps of YouTube videos on other people's experiences. Everyone was always raving about Dreadlocks, which is a American brand. So I bought every little tester shampoo that they had of all the different flavors, and me and my partner tested them all out on our hair. We found what smelt the best was the lime and coconut, but unfortunately what worked the best for the scalp was rosemary and peppermint. Feels awesome, it's tingly, and it's really great for dandruff and problem type scalps. What my partner and I also do is if after a maintenance session our scalp might be a little bit extra tender, then it might play up and get a little bit more dandruffy as a result. So for our shampoos after that, we tend to maybe put in a scoop of bicarb soda and mix that through with our shampoo and do a bicarbonate shampoo wash through our hair. That just clears everything out, clears off your scalp. It's amazing stuff, bicarb. I then researched a bit further and found that a lot of people were using Lush solid shampoo soap bars. So I got one of them as well. I've got the squeaky green. After researching that was great for oily scalps plus dandruff, which I have an oily and dandruffy scalp, like the worst of both worlds really. It's kind of annoying. So for me, the Lush soap is what works better for me. The Dreadlocks, I ended up buying the big bottle for my partner. I'm in Australia, so it was fairly costly for us. The exchange rate puts the price up, and then also postage like doubles the price. So it was pretty expensive, but months later we're still using it. We're not even like halfway through, so it does go a long way. So my partner pretty much uses the Dreadlocks. I pretty much use the Lush soap bar. Every now and again, if I notice, because the Lush can really dry everything out, which is good. It's great for your locks. It's great for the oil. Every now and again, I treat my scalp to the Dreadlocks one, for that peppermint rosemary loveliness on my scalp. I do find that I think they have some oils in the Dreadlocks one, so that's why I don't like to use it all the time, because it can be a little bit softening, just particularly for my hair. It pretty much does come down to that same old thing that everybody's scalp reacts to things differently, because my partner loves that one for his hair. So I just kind of yo-yo between the two as to what I like. I've done one dreadlock deep cleanse on my hair so far, made out of just products around the house. I've done one on my partner as well. I would like to aim to do them, once a month or once every few months, because I just think they're a really good way to break down all the residue that gets stuck in your hair. I mean, you can research until the cows come home and get shampoos that are residue free, but none of them are completely residue free. excuse me, especially when you have dreadlocks, because your dreadlocks kind of act like a sponge and they just suck everything into them. So even if you rinse like crazy, I'm sure there are still bits that get stuck in there. So it's always good just to, you know, nothing that would be alarming, but it's also good to just, you know, do your deep cleanse every now and again to break down anything that could be getting stuck in there. We're in winter at the moment, so a lot of really fluffy clothes, you'll find that you're getting lint stuck in your dreads as well, and that will just help break that down. The other thing I wanted to just say is, you know, washing dreads or not washing dreads can also be a pretty big topic of conversation among people. My opinion is wash your dreads. If you want to have healthy dreads, you need to have a healthy scalp, so wash them. You know, people tend to look at us and always think that we're dirty hippies and we don't wash our hair. That's not the case, you know. That because we have dreadlocks we don't look after our hair. That's not the case. You know, people that have dreadlocks tend to actually look after their hair a lot better than people who don't have dreadlocks, because keeping these babies nice and healthy takes a lot more effort. They look effortless. They most certainly are not in my case anyway. So that's my opinion. Wash your dreads. A lot of people don't wash their normal hair, they don't wash their dreads. These are people that probably don't have particularly problem scalps or oily type hair. You know, I have read that if you have really oily hair, one way to combat that is to stop washing your hair. Not completely, I think you go down washes, do less and less and less, and then eventually you can stop it and the oils on your scalp will rebalance themselves, and then you won't need to wash it as often because it will get oily less and less. If that makes sense. I have heard of some people that have done this that swear by it. Still not something that I don't think I could do, or that I necessarily agree with. I've seen those people's hair that do it and love it, and that's awesome. Their hair does look great, it seems fine, it's not dirty, it's all good. But particularly for me, and I do think for dreads, because we do tend to, you know, have these little sponges that suck everything into it, I think it is nice to just keep them clean. Also, you know, shampooing your hair is drying it all out, which will help your hair lock up faster. So if you have, you know, Caucasian type hair, that will aid you in the locking up process, because our hair doesn't tend to dread as fast as, say, curlier type hairs. Yeah, so I hope I've said everything that I needed to say. It's hard to know when you're just kind of rambling to a computer screen. Drying your hair. Some people hate hair dryers, some people don't. I just want to do what is going to dry my hair the fastest so that I don't get dread rot or any of that nastiness. So I try to always wash my hair at the start of the day. I won't wash it at the end of the day. I don't want to go to bed with wet hair. I towel dry it a lot, you know, squeeze it out in the shower. I squeeze it out with the towel. I go over it quickly with the blow dryer, but I'm not too crazy about standing in there for 20 minutes and blow drying my hair. I have a life, I have a son. I really can't be bothered with that business. That's crazy. Some people can do that. I would get bored. So I blow dry it enough that it's not dripping on me and irritating me. I go back over it with the towel because loose tips tend to drip all over you. You know, I wear a big poncho or something thick that day, so it's not keeping my back wet. And every now and again, if I just go to the bathroom and then go to wash my hands, my blow dryer is right there. So I'll quickly turn it on, give it another quick buzz, you know, dab the ends with whatever towel's hanging up, and then go back out. And throughout the day, I'll keep doing that. So I'm constantly going in there and giving it a little blow dry every now and again, so it's drying quicker, but that it's not so time consuming. So that's pretty much just what I do. I have noticed, because it is winter at the moment, that it's taken my hair a lot longer to dry. They're pretty thick. And so I might be going to bed with slightly damp dreads sometimes. Like, they don't feel wet, but I'm sure because it's so much colder and they're not drying as fast, that they probably are, you know, the tiniest bit wet in there. But that's not a big deal. You know, I flick my hair up and, you know, to the side when I sleep. I don't really lie on it. It still should be dry within a 24-hour period, so I don't think there'll be any dread rot going on in there. Not that, you know, I think it would be that easy to tell, but I'm fairly confident that my dreads are clean and there's no nastiness going on in there. Alright, well, I think I have sufficiently rambled enough in this video about my opinion on washing your dreads and what my experience has been in doing so. Alright, well, I hope you all have a lovely day, and I shall talk to you soon. Bye!